To build a single electric vehicle battery, you have to dig up and move over 500,000 pounds of earth. We are trading the era of big oil for the era of the big shovel. But it doesn't stop at cars. The servers powering new AI data centers, the smartphones in our pockets, and even F-35 fighter jets rely on a specific group of materials known as critical minerals and rare earth elements. This chart shows the global bottleneck for these resources. While the raw ores are scattered around the globe, China currently controls 91% of all refined rare earths and 92% of global permanent magnet production. The United States has constructed its entire technological and military future on a physical foundation controlled almost entirely by its primary global competitor. In April 2025, a trade dispute escalated into a physical crisis. Beijing restricted the global export of rare earth permanent magnets, specialized metallic components required to make electric motors turn. Without those magnets, the U.S. auto industry went into an immediate tailspin. Production lines ground to a halt, and factories began shutting down entirely. The military faced an even steeper drop-off. A single naval warship requires 14 different critical minerals to function. A combat aircraft uses 15, and a guided weapon system depends on 18. The 2025 magnet ban exposed a harsh reality. A lack of domestic mineral processing is a direct threat to American national security, forcing the federal government to take drastic action. By early 2026, the government launched Project Vault. It's a $12 billion public-private initiative designed to create a strategic critical minerals reserve. This diagram shows how the vault is designed to work. Participating manufacturers commit to purchasing materials at fixed rates. This central stockpile absorbs the shock of export bans and price spikes, ensuring a steady flow of materials to American factories. But the math doesn't hold up long-term. A stockpile eventually runs dry, and you cannot store millions of tons of materials that you don't actually produce. To genuinely break the monopoly, the U.S. has to dig. It has to open new domestic mines, turning stretches of the American landscape into the front lines of a new resource conflict. That conflict is already playing out in northern Nevada at Thacker Pass, the site of the largest known lithium deposit in the United States. The land is traditionally known as Pihi Muha. For local Native American tribes, it is deeply sacred, the site of a horrific 1865 massacre. They have actively fought the mine's construction in federal court. Environmentalists and local ranchers joined the opposition. Processing the lithium here means carving out an open-pit mine, burning massive amounts of sulfur, and threatening the local water table. America is facing a heavy contradiction. We are demanding the desecration of a sacred landscape and the disruption of a local ecosystem, all to extract the batteries required to supposedly save the global climate. A few hundred miles away at California's Salton Sea, developers claim they have a cleaner solution. They call the region Lithium Valley, and they are pioneering a technique known as direct lithium extraction, or DLE. This cross-section shows the DLE process. Geothermal plants pump superheated brine up from deep underground. A specialized ion exchange column surgically filters out the lithium, and the remaining fluid is pumped right back into the earth in a closed-loop system. Yet the surrounding communities, predominantly low-income Latino neighborhoods, remain highly skeptical. They fear this unproven, water-intensive technology will further deplete the already shrinking Salton Sea. Even the most surgical green technologies carry heavy physical risks, and the residents living closest to the extraction sites are refusing to act as collateral damage for a national supply chain pivot. But even if we agreed on where and how to dig, time is working against us. Historically, it takes 15 to 20 years just to navigate the permitting process and build a new mine in the U.S. This chart highlights an even deeper crisis: human capital. Since 2018, U.S. mining engineering degrees dropped 39%, while China rapidly expanded its programs. You can throw billions at a stockpile, but we literally lack the engineers and time for an immediate transition. We have sold ourselves a sleek, silent illusion of green technology, completely detached from the brutal physical reality required to build it. Securing the resources for our future is entirely possible, but it demands heavy compromises. between our technological ambitions, our environmental ideals, and the survival of our own communities.